Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Sheep Get Sheared Podcast, home of people, politics, and popular culture. I'm your host, Austin Creed. I want to welcome you into the show. So, do I have a treat for you today? So, today on the show, we're going to be doing a little bit of a compare and contrast. We're going to be looking at dating advice from the 1950s and comparing it to the 2020s. You're in for a good show. Now, before I roll the clips, here's the first thing I want to ask you. What do you foresee being the big difference makers? What do you see maybe being different in these two eras? What advice do you think you would see in the 50s versus what advice do you expect to see in the 2020s? This should be a good show. Y'all ready for this? All right, we're going to break it down. Now, disclaimer, if you are easily offended or if you just want to be a hater, I welcome you, because guess what? You're in for a good show. All right, ladies and gentlemen, sit back, relax, and come with me to the world of the past. What to do on a date, 1950. Let's roll the film. Look how old this is, man. This is crazy. Hey, oh, look at that, by the way. It says National Council on Family Relations. Oh, in other words, so this is kind of put out by the government. Okay, let's keep going.
This is a story about what to do on a date. It begins one early summer afternoon. It begins with Jeff and Kay.
Look at how this woman is dressed, dude. No BBL, no breast implants. She's wearing modest clothes. This is the 1950s, man. This is crazy. Let's keep going.
And Nick. Of course, you may not have a problem about what to do on a date, but Nick, well, he has a real dating problem. If he took Kay out on a date, what would they do? Where would they go?
Can you imagine having a problem like this? Of course you can. Everyone's had problems like this, especially when you were younger and you were a kid. You had problems like this. You had questions like this. You wish you had an older brother. You wish your dad would clue you in. Of course you had questions like this when you were a kid. Oh, we all did. So you notice that there are problems in life that are kind of always been around. This is nothing new, but yet they addressed this even in the 50s. Look at the black and white television. This is some old school media. Let's keep going. What else does he say?
Just a minute, Jeff. I'll get my tennis racket. Okay, Nick, but hurry.
Interesting.
Hey, what about asking Kay to come to the community center with us on Friday to fix up that scavenger sale? We could make it a double date. What? You heard what I said. That's no place to take a girl on a date, helping to fix up the scavenger sale. Is it?
What's the problem with a date like that? Sounds pretty nice to me. Look, gentlemen, if you want dating advice, first of all, you need to find the right person to ask, because look, there are some people who have great advice that's more fictional, as in it works in theory, but it doesn't work in practice. Now, you notice the first thing I notice about these two guys in the video is they're both really slender. They're not bodybuilders. They wouldn't be on Instagram flexing their pecs and showing off their abs and whatnot, but that's besides the point. The point is, when I look at a video like this, it seems really wholesome. You notice that? This seems wholesome. There's no degeneracy. There's this is just a very wholesome thing. Let's keep going.
Why not?
On a first date?
First date?
Yeah. Kay's a swell girl. I was thinking of calling her. Maybe ask her to the show Friday. Good picture. Wagon train.
Well, hurry up and call her and let's get going. I still have to get my things yet.
Call her now?
Sure. You know the number, don't you?
Okay.
By the way, this dude's kind of goofy. In case you didn't know, this dude's kind of goofy. He clearly doesn't have a lot of confidence, and he clearly is really socially awkward, which I get. We've all been there. I totally get it. Here's the problem, though. His priorities are out of order, in my opinion. But this is another difference of the times. Back in the day, men didn't always have it all together before they got married. It was more of a social rite of passage, versus now, it's largely fallen apart altogether. But let's keep going. God, look at these old school phones.
What if she says no? Oh, hello, Kay? This is Nick Baxter.
Oh, hello, Nick. How are you?
Fine, thanks. Say, Kay, next Friday, would you like to see Wagon Train at the movies?
Oh, I'm sorry, Nick. I suppose you've got your mind made up to see it?
You've seen it? She's already seen it.
Well, ask her about the scavenger sale. Go ahead.
Kay, you wouldn't want to help get the scavenger sale ready at the community center, would you?
Oh, I've been hearing about that. Yes, I'd like to very much.
You would? All right. I'll call for you then. About 7? Bye.
See, now this is interesting. It's so weird, dude, how much social media has changed the entire game. Can you imagine not having a cell phone, not having social media, not having really anything but an old school phone, and having to walk around? You can't just call them on your cell phone. You can't check out pictures of them on Instagram. You can't do any of that. There's no Snapchat. There's no nothing. It's just you call them and I'm surprised that didn't even have. Normally, they don't have one phone in the house. My grandfather would tell me stories about this. They'd have one phone in the house, and then only say you called, right? Anybody could answer that phone. Could be the dad, could be the brother, the sister, the mother, anybody. And then you'd be like, "Yeah, hi. Is Susie there? I want to talk to Susie." And they'd be like, "Who's this? Who is this masculine sounding voice on the other side of the line? Who are you?" Sir, my name is Jimmy, and I was hoping to take Sally out to the school dance. Yeah, please hold real quick. Hey, yo, Susie, there's some dude named Jimmy on the phone for you. And then she'd come running over and be like, "Oh, hi, Jimmy. Hi, yeah, it's Susie. What did you want?" "Well, hi, Susie. Yeah, it's me, Jimmy. I just wanted to ask you out to, like, go get ice cream before, maybe going to the homecoming dance." "Oh, yeah, Johnny, that's real swell. I'd love to do that. I'll meet you there." "Oh, okay, awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, bye." Dude go off, be like, "Yeah, buddy. I'm going on a date. Yeah. That's what they used to do back in the day. Now, dude's like, hey, come over. And she like, I don't feel like it. I don't want to come over. And he'd be like, yo, bitch, come over, man. Come over. I want to get it in real quick. She'd be like, okay, fine, whatever. Okay, but maybe I'll come over. Maybe I won't. Maybe I might. Maybe I won't. Yeah, baby, come over. Yeah, come over. All right, fine, I'll come over. That's what it is now. Let's go back to this. That's not what that is. You see how much things have changed? I mean, I know this is like 70 years old, but it's crazy to think that there was a time where this was normal. Let's keep going.
I sure didn't think she'd go to a place like that for a date. Where's my racket? Oh, ready?
You know, you better think some more, fellow, about what to do on a date.
You think she'll have a good time? What do you suppose I'll have to do?
Look at them setting all this stuff up, making it look all nice, group activity. This is pretty wholesome stuff, man. There's no girl looking like a complete straggle-daggle or looking like she a total 304 skeezer. Dude ain't out here wearing the bling-bling ka-ching, acting like he's part of a gang or acting like something he's not. This just seems really I get it. This is put out by the government. I understand that. But it's just interesting the way that they portray all this.
Now, you may not have thought of this sort of thing as a place to take a date, but it looks like it could be fun. A group doing things together. Pretty good idea for a first date.
You know, when I was younger and I first started to get interested in the opposite gender, my mother, God bless her, would tell me the same thing. She'd tell me that, you know, group dates were the way to go. It was the polite thing to do. It was better, blah, 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 which I get it. That's not inherently a bad thing to do. The problem is this dating scene that we're seeing right now with people wearing nice clothes and nice haircuts and all that, that doesn't happen anymore. You're lucky if the person took a shower that day and did their hair in the last God knows when. Dude probably broke. Woman probably ran through. I mean, this is the problem today, is they at least had the facade. They could at least fake it. Even if it wasn't true, you could reasonably buy it without turning your brain off, versus now you can't. And we'll get into that when we go to the dating advice now. But let's keep looking at what the dating advice is here.
Plenty to do, plenty of people to talk to. But let's see if Nick and Kay are enjoying it.
No amount to make this thing look any older.
Boy, that is an old timer.
Can you help me put this sign up?
Oh, sure.
You notice the interactions are actually very similar to what we see now with kind of the goofy mating dance that, you know, most animals would do. We're seeing here.
I can't quite reach that far.
How's this?
That's about right.
Knickknacks. Oh man, when's the last time you've heard a phrase like that? Also, I hope the audio is coming through okay. I realize that the audio is just really low. I've been turning it up as much as I can. The audio is just really low on this video. So hopefully it's not brain blasting when my voice comes through. I'm trying to talk quietly because I realize that the audio on the video is kind of low. But let's keep going. I'm really curious how this shapes out.
Say, Kay, are you really having a good time?
Of course I am.
Oh no, he did not just ask her if she was having a good time. Dude, you can tell when someone's having a good or bad time. All you have to do is literally look at them and read their body language for 5 seconds. Unbelievable. Come on, man. You goofy?
I'm glad you thought of coming here.
So am I. I mean, yes, it was a good idea.
Okay. How about helping with refreshments for the gang? All right. See you later.
Oh, yeah, oh, sure. Got any more tags?
I think they're over there by the door.
Yes, it was a good idea to come here. How does Jeff get ideas like that? Hey, what's this? Maybe this is where Jeff gets ideas. A list of coming activities. A bike trip. That could be a lot of fun. A chance to do things with a group, to get acquainted. It does look like a good time if your partner likes it.
Did you notice that they keep pushing group activities? I know why they're doing it, but do you know why they keep pushing group activities? The answer is because you're less likely to do something. You know, there was a time, let's go full screen for a moment. There was a time when you as a man you had to marry a woman to have sex. You had to date a woman, marry her to have sex with her. Now you can buy her some fries at McDonald's and a McFlurry and get sex. Or now all you gotta do is maybe, pay a couple of dollars and you can have sex. See, this is the difference in the time period. Back in the day, if you got caught, people would gossip, they would talk crap, they would air your business out in the streets like yesterday's dirty laundry. But today we don't do that. We don't shame people today. And if you do, you're considered the bad person. See, this is the difference. Is back in the day, people actually cared about how they were perceived. Now, with all the political correctness, that's the only way for you to be shamed, is if you go against the New World Order's ideas for what you should and should not say. Versus we look at this, let's go back. This is wholesome stuff because the government knew that if they wanted new baby taxpayers, they had to get people to have not just have sex but have children, and this is how they got it.
Would Kay enjoy a bike trip? Or a weenie roast? Another group date. A chance to learn the give and take of working and playing together. Not much arranging needed, not much expense. And that can be important. Could be a fine date, if Kay would like it. Wonder if she'd like to go to a baseball game. A date that's not too involved, one you can carry through comfortably. And there are all sorts of other sports events. Inexpensive dates, most of them.
It's just so wild. You look at all the old-timey things that, you could see today, but they're not the same. It's not the same thing. You look at the baseball games, you look at the swim meets, the wee roasts. People don't do that as much anymore. And I don't blame the men for not doing it. I blame the women for not really just saying the liberation, the sexual liberation has allowed you to basically just do whoever you want, whenever you want. And then this is a time when chivalry existed because men were expected to do it, and if they didn't, they were shamed. Versus now, you got Pookie, you got Sneaky Links, you got all this stuff going on. Of course chivalry's dead. Women killed it. That's why. Let's go back to this video. I don't know if we'll watch it all the way through, but I want to continue a little bit more.
Swimming meets, for example. You can find many good ideas for dates. Dates that give you a good chance to get acquainted. And dates that you don't have to worry too much about in advance. It was a good deal coming here tonight, double dating with Jeff and Phyllis.
Well, my friends, I think we'll stop that video there. What do you think? What do you think of the dating advice back in the 1950s, huh? Let me know what you think about that. Let's go move a little forward. Let's play a couple of clips from men maybe that you know, maybe you don't know, but we're going to play them. I believe it to be important. Hold on. All right, here we go. Y'all ready for this? All right. Here is this. Y'all ready for this one? All right, let's play this.
Women get frustrated watching my videos, and I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, why doesn't this show up on his page? That's where it needs to go. And the reason is because even if it did, he wouldn't watch it. The algorithm doesn't send videos to people it knows are just going to swipe away from. That's just how it works. It's not an information problem. It's a desire problem. And if he were here, if this video randomly popped up and he actually made it this far, I would tell him, please don't get complacent like I did. Please prioritize the health and the growth and the depth of your relationship. Don't let busyness or work or emotional ignorance slowly wreck your marriage.
Oh my goodness. You've got to be kidding me. Okay, hold on a second. This is terrible. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is the difference I wanted to show between yesteryear and today. You see, they're taking old talking points from the 1950s and they're trying to make it more relevant today. The problem is the culture is not the same. Social pressures are not the same. And half of the things that you want in a relationship don't actually work. Number one, you want a guy who's successful, ambitious, motivated, boss-like, but then you want him to be humble and emotional and whatnot. What? That is not how that works. But you knew that, but you chose him anyway because you wanted to change him. Not because you actually wanted him. You wanted this version of him that you saw that you want, but if he doesn't conform to that, he's bad, and if he does, you're not going to be attracted to it. You see the problem here? Then you got gumps like this guy trying to tell you that you need to be emotional and caring and whatnot. Meanwhile, you do that for too long, and then your wife's going to be like, man, this dude's weak. Unbelievable.
Because it will. Stop disregarding the distance and the disconnection that she's been hinting at.
Who do you think is causing this disconnection and distance? Not me, bro. Not me. I'm the one out here working. I'm the one out here grinding, which is why she was attracted to me in the first place. Gentlemen, if you ever think that you should change for your girl to be like someone else because your girl wants you to, your girl was attracted to you in the first place based off who you are. But now she's going to change you into someone she wouldn't have been attracted to initially, and then is going to leave you. Do not listen to this Gump, this Forrest Gump-like guy. Don't listen to him.
For a long time, and stop fighting. You think all couples fight, right? You're wrong. The way you fight still matters. And there's a reason 50% of marriages fail. Ask yourself.
The number is much higher than that, by the way. It's higher than 50, but that's what normie statistics say.
What makes mine any different? You think commitment is going to save you? Commitment doesn't equal love. Love requires humility and selflessness and kindness and gentleness and consideration.
Oh, in other words, I need to give everything, and she gives what she feels like. Okay, thank you very much, sir. I appreciate it. Thank you. All right, let's move over to this guy, Jay Waller. I've heard of him, but I don't know that much about him, so maybe you know more about him than me. He seems kind of like the Andrew, like the Tate brothers, or like I don't know. He seems more like that. But let's watch this.
I'm completely against chasing women in general, but particularly in your 20s. You should be just giving your 20s up to everything you can do to be better, and then women are just going to see that and jump in front of you. This is also a good time to dispel something that a lot of people believe, is that money is the reason you can get women. I had plenty of women when I had no money, because I was already that dude. And so for all you guys out there that think you don't have women because you're not rich, don't let that handicap you from doing the work you should do in all the other categories. I'm completely against chasing women.
Well, that's interesting. Okay, I can co-sign that. He also brings up another really interesting point, and that's about Chad and Tyrone. So, for those of you who've heard the phrase Chad or Tyrone, there is no such thing as becoming a Chad. You cannot become Chad. You are Chad or you're not Chad. You are Tyrone and you're not Tyrone. This kind of ties into this idea of the male archetypes that every man can have one, if not more of, which I think is kind of what he's hinting at without realizing it, or maybe he's hinting at it because he talks about it. I don't know. I don't watch him in any great detail. But my friends, this is a very interesting conversation about dating advice in the modern day versus dating advice back in the day. So I want to know what you think. I want to know if you agree, disagree, have anything you want to add to the conversation. Please feel free to leave in the comment section. You can also hit me up on Sheep Get Sheared on X. But my friends, I hope you enjoyed the review. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that you learned something. Let me know what you think. Let me know what thoughts kind of came to you when we were discussing the clips that we saw on today's show. But until next time, my friends, God bless you. God bless your families, and God bless America. We're out of here. Have a great day. Peace.